The sound.
The sound.
The sound of Herefordshire and Worcestershire.
And all the music.
The music you love.
The music you love.
BBC.
Hereford and Worcester.
Well, there was a lot in there, wasn't there? A lot in that news bulletin. A nice, big, fat, juicy news bulletin. And now you are up to date. We're going to not talk about it that much. We're going to move on and play some music from the Divine Comedy and have a chat about dating apps. We like to be edgy on this show, so do stick around, please, because we've got some very important advice for you if you are about to embark on the dating game, or maybe you're already involved. In fact, we're talking love and relationships and festivals randomly with my next guest.
Kate Justice.
So please do stick around.
Yeah, coming right back at ya with a different type of swing, you know.
Something for the honeys.
You better ask somebody.
Something for the honeys.
Baby, this is for you, and definitely you. I'm the type of guy who takes time to just kick back. I turn around my baseball cap. I have a 40 sitting on my lap, slamming the ivories until I seize a female worth my while. I'm scoping that ass, checking her smile, and I know that I can get it, and I'll hit it if she's with it. I get the 5 to the 6, 7 digits, call her up on my cellular, and all the shit that I'll say to her. The fun will begin when I hit the skizzin'. Yeah. So if a girlie is lonesome, I think that she knows where to go when she wants some. Cause money ain't here for nothing, but I got a little something for the honey.
From the 6 brothers and the big black
Something for the honey.
You know, the 6 brothers and the big black
Something for the honey. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
From the 6 brothers and the big black
Something for the honeys. Ooh, summertime, no funner time for me to kick it with you, to find something or someone to get into. I call up my crew, I tell them to bring a brew and some Hennessy for the beach party. So call up your girlfriends, and you know there always tends to be an ugly one, but bring her two. Fat or skinny, she likes to shoot with Montel in the SL coupe. While the beat is bumping from South Central to Compton, a little something, something could very well be the next Aaron Neville, sounding like nobody cause I'm on another level. And you fellas can't dig it with a shovel, but it ain't for you. It's something for the honeys.
Yeah, from the 6 brothers and the big black
Something for the honeys. Oh, Suki now, honey.
Yeah, from the 6 brothers
Yeah,
and the big black
something for the honey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is something for the honey. Yeah.
6 brothers and the
When
big
you're rolling, summertime, oh so fine. It feels alright. Summertime tonight. Something for you, honey. Oh, the M-O, the N to the E double L-N. And yes, I'm guaranteeing that I won't be felling. Some people call me money, some call me money swinger. Sometimes I bust a rhyme, but I'm an R&B singer. And I'ma go on and flow on, and you tell 2 friends, and she'll tell 2, and so on and so on. Another #1 hit, so get your roll on. Something for the honeys. You don't have to be see you. I see you. Riding by.
From the sex site brothers
Can
and
I
the
talk
big
to
bang.
you? Pull over, baby,
From the sex
so I
site
can get
brothers
your
and the big
number.
bang.
Pull over.
From the sex site
Mother
brothers
Crenshaw,
and the big bang.
we can talk about it all. Oh yeah. A little something, something.
The sex site brothers
A
and
little
the big
something,
bang.
something. We're talking over.
The sex site
Cause
brothers
this
and
is
the big
just
bang.
for you. Oh yeah.
The sex
I
site
wanna talk
brothers
to
and the
you.
big bang.
And if you're not down,
The sex site brothers
can I
and the
talk
big
to your
bang.
friend? Oh yeah. And we can wine and dine. She'll tell you all about it.
From the sex
What
site
you miss,
brothers and the big
baby?
bang.
Something for the honeys. Something for
From
you.
the sex site brothers and the big
And
bang.
you. Something for the honeys. And you. And you. Oh, and you. Something for the honeys. And you. Yeah, yes. And for you.
Would it? All of his money and the car. The Divine Comedy, something for the weekend. It's a Wednesday, so we are more than halfway through the week. That's Wednesday ticked off mostly. It's been quite a pleasant day today, hasn't it? Quite pleasant. I've had some sort of weird headache today, so I've not done a lot, not achieved a great deal. Didn't even unload the dishwasher. But that's why that's what the kids are for, right? They're not at school. No, summer holidays now. They've finished college, broken up, so they can do it. On the way, we're going to play some music from Holly Humberston. We've got a One Republic number and something from Pink for you next. Then we're going to meet a dating and relationship expert. This is Persia Lawson. Now, Persia is actually in Worcestershire right now. She's in Kidderminster, which is where her husband's family live. In Wolverley, actually, to be precise. And she was just spent the weekend here, organised a festival to celebrate her wedding anniversary. Organised a festival in Wolverley this weekend. Anyway, she's on the show tonight to talk about the problems, the perils, the pitfalls of wearing sunglasses in your dating app profile picture. I mean, it's a no, okay? I'm just going to give the game away now. Don't. Take the sunglasses off and let people see the windows to your soul. And Persia will tell us why when we bring her in after 7 o'clock tonight. It's Pink.
Every time I go in, from coast to coast, they're gonna need this. Never seen before, never seen Baby, just rock and roll, and you can do what you wanna do. Look at little Lucy over there doing that dance. They got you on the drum, rock and roll, rock and roll with it. Let me see that drum, rock and roll. Let me see you drop, rock and roll with it. Whoa, let me on that drum, rock and roll. Let me see you do it, rock and roll. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it, rock and roll. I wanna see you do it. Gotta lose the alley, rock and roll. I'm playing to you. Way over in the trucks, rock and roll, rock and roll. California, rock and roll. Way out in the valley, rock and roll. Let's take it up north. Minnesota, Illinois, rock and roll. Michigan, let me see you drop, rock and roll with it. I wanna see you drop, rock and roll. Go ahead, girl. Doing that drop, give it, rock and roll, give it with it. How long can you go? Doing that drop, how long can you go? Let me see you pop that, pop that. Doing that drop, rock and roll with it. Drop, pop and roll. Give it to me. Drop, pop and roll with it. They're doing that drop, pop and roll.
That's the end of round one. We'll be back with round two right after these messages.
And I had a dream that someday
This is my world. I love bringing things to life.
I would just fly, fly away.
Get ready, get set, and blow! I always wanted to say that.
It's gonna blow your mind. I cannot believe this stuff can happen with balloons.
Oh, excuse you.
It's the world as you've never seen it before.
Nothing short of astonishing. How do you know when to stop? Oh, wasn't me!
The door just flipped open.
It's anything
And everything you can imagine.
that outfit really pops.
I hope not.
I had a dream that someday I would just fly, fly away.
Australia, hold your breath.
For all new blow up.
Fly away.
It'll blow your mind.
On 7 and 7 Plus. The magic starts Monday, May 15.
Have you ever sit and wondered why bad luck came down on you? Have you ever sit and wondered why your life became full of gloom? Nobody knows the true meaning of being alone until they find out the one they love is gone. You just continue to carry on, saying that you're right, but you know that you're wrong. You will never be happy being alone, because your life will be in misery. So if you ever sit and wonder why, think of all the wrong you did and you'll know why. Nobody knows the true meaning of being alone until they find out the one they love is gone. You just continue to carry on, saying that you're right, but life today. We should always have a feeling that there's a way. Because without no hope, it just ain't no way. And if it ain't no way, we'll have to pay. Oh, people, we'll have to pay. Don't you hear me, y'all? We'll have to pay.
London is Lonely from Holly Humberston. So I just opened my social media feed. By the way, this new Threads thing, everybody here at work's got it, look. Finger on pulse. But most of my mates are like, what's Threads? They don't seem to know. I don't know why I've got this FOMO thing, the fear of missing out if I don't have it. I've got it, but my kids don't know what it is. What's Threads? Which I take great comfort in that, actually. And I've got a few mates who are like 10 years younger than me or so. They don't know what it is either. So it's not caught on yet. But on my social media, Facebook, Facebook is so dated now, isn't it? Lots of pictures popping up of people in prom dresses. Well, girls, mostly. Because it's prom season, isn't it? It is prom season. Wonderful. And I love to reminisce. I didn't have a prom. No, that we had an end of school disco, end of year disco. But my kids should have had a prom. My daughter managed to squeeze one in just about in between lockdowns. My son didn't even do his GCSEs, let alone have a prom, because he was a proper COVID victim when it comes to proms. There was nothing. Nada, which is a real shame for the girls because some of them had already bought their dresses and they spend a lot of money on these things. Yes, we did. My daughter's prom dress is all 300 quid of it. Most expensive item of clothing in our whole house, and it's only been worn once, still sitting there in the bag. But she did wear it, at least. Anyway, it's prom season. You'll see lots of pictures. But it is a kind of a new thing, isn't it? Certainly, they weren't around when I was at school. So our Nina's been out and about asking you guys, what was the scene for your end of school era?
Did you have a prom when you left school?
Yes.
And how old were you?
16.
And what did you do for your prom?
We went to a hotel.
And what did you wear?
Dress, yeah. Just a prom dress, yeah. My dress was only 50 quid, but I know a lot of people that was like £500 for their dress. I think it just depends how you did it. We tried to do it a bit more on the cheap rather than the expensive, because it's unnecessary for one night. But yeah, it was nice though.
Did you have a prom when you left school?
No, I didn't go.
Didn't you go? Why didn't you go?
I just didn't find it interesting, so I just didn't go. I just wanted to leave school. So there was nothing more, nothing less. Just didn't want to be at school.
Fair enough. What about you? Did you have a prom?
No. Too many detentions. Yeah. So I couldn't go. They restricted me. But
no, do you feel like you missed out?
No, not really. I just went to my mate's house. You know what I mean? It's a better party there.
Did you have a prom when you left school?
I did. Big hotel party, basically.
We went to Dalport somewhere.
Do you remember how you got to the prom? Did you go in any sort of special car or anything?
Yeah, I think it was just a limo. My friend who I went with, her stepdad owned vintage cars, so he let us borrow one of the vintage camper vans to take. Yeah.
Wow, vintage camper, that's cool.
It was quite cool.
What was the prom like? Was it a great experience?
The last hour was good, I think, when people had got comfortable, but up until then everyone's a bit nervous, aren't they? Because everyone's that awkward stage. But no, it was really good. We all really enjoyed it. It was good photos and stuff and good day to memorise.
Well, I left during COVID, so I didn't have a prom.
Oh, no. Didn't they do anything to make up for it a couple of years
No,
later?
because we all just got a bit sidetracked with life then. I work now, and so does everyone that I went to school with, really. So we got a bit sidetracked with it all.
So do you fancy a delayed prom?
Not really.
What about you?
Yeah, I had mine. Warsaw, I think. It was a football stadium, so we just got one of the function rooms and that was it, basically.
And did you get really dressed up for it? What did you wear?
Oh, I wore a suit, tie, the lot, you know what I mean? It took me about 5 hours to do my makeup, so I was sorted. It was just nice, you know what I mean? Everyone was together, all this, that and the other.
Can I ask you, did you have a prom when you left school?
I did have a prom, yeah. I only went to King Charles up the road.
Oh, did you? So tell me about your prom. What was it like?
I had a great prom, yeah. We had it over in Starport, lovely big hall. We had some lovely food, and I walked away with Prom King, so good night.
You've got good memories. What did you wear? Was it the full glitzy glamour?
Yeah, I was really distinct. I wanted to wear a velvet, like burgundy one. My mum said, go basic, go blue, but I'm a Liverpool fan, so I could never wear blue.
Did you have a prom when you left school?
No, we had a disco.
Did you? Oh, tell me about your disco then.
Oh, it was just typical late 80s disco, getting up to no good and sneaking booze into the hall and stuff like that.
So was that actually in your school halls?
Yeah, it was on the school grounds, yeah, in the main assembly hall. Great times. Wish I could go back there now.
And what about, do you have kids? Have they had any proms at all?
Yeah, both my children, well, they're both grown up now and at university, but they both had proms, not discos like we had.
And what were the proms like? Were they really big do?
Yeah, it was all big deals, suited and booted, and, nice cars to take them.
And that. So what did you get to take them to?
I think my eldest lad had a limousine, and then my youngest lad, when it was his turn, me and a couple of the other dads got together and had an 18 van.
Wow,
took him there. Yeah, so took him in an 18 van, but it was more for me to look at the 18 van than anything else. I was happy with how it was with us, a school disco type, the similar kind of thing, I suppose, but just not as glitz and glam. I'm not a fan of that.
I really love that. Some great memories there, people reminiscing. And it has, of course, got me reminiscing about my school disco, where there was another girl wearing the same dress. They weren't prom dresses, they were just party dresses. And obviously we all went to Miss Selfridge. It is a problem when you buy off the shelf, isn't it? Off the shelf instead of bespoke. The prom dress shop where my daughter got her dress from had a list of all of the students at her school, and she wasn't ever going to sell the same dress to a girl going to the same prom. Yeah, very organised. I didn't even know that was a thing. Anyway, we will be visiting an actual prom dress shop in Worcestershire with our Nina very shortly. In fact, this is prom dress shop with a difference. This is vintage fashion. So we're off to Vintage Dolly in Kidderminster in the next 20 minutes.
Run away.
As I walk along, I wonder what went wrong with our love, a love that was so strong. And as I still walk on, I think of the things we've done together while our hearts were young. I'm a walking in the rain, tears are falling and I feel a pain, wishing you were here by me to end this misery. And I wonder, I wonder why she ran away. And I wonder where she will stay, my little runaway. Run, 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 run away.
Doing Runaway, BBC Hereford and Worcester. Time to look at the weather, and then we'll play a little bit of Black Eyed Peas for you in a moment. Been enjoying the weather today, actually. This afternoon, we've got still a bit of cloud around. Any showers will clear throughout this evening. They'll have largely faded away. There will be a bit of cloud sticking around for some until the later hours, though. By dawn, so overnight, lengthier clear spells are expected. Temperatures between 9 and 12 Celsius overnight. Tomorrow, we've got a fairly bright start to the day, although cloud and scattered showers will push in from the west tomorrow. The showers will be less frequent and not as heavy as previous days, and the wind's going to drop off as well. It's been quite windy, hasn't it? Highs of 20 degrees tomorrow. Friday becoming increasingly cloudy and windy earlier in the day, with spells of rain or showers moving in from the southwest. These will be heavy and thundery at times. On Saturday, we're going to see showers developing in the morning and the afternoon, and they will be heavy and thundery. Occasional showers in the evening, with cloud lurking, and then variable cloud and a few light showers in places on Sunday. And that is an early look ahead at the whole weekend.
The sound of Herefordshire and Worcestershire.
Together, we can make a difference. BBC.
Hereford and Worcester.
Somebody sent me a message saying, is there a petition I can sign to say that I do not care who this BBC presenter is?
Kate Justice.
BBC.
Hereford and Worcester.
So, doing that, Beautiful World. It's a lovely song, actually, that, isn't it? Very nice. We've got an En Vogue classic for you, and we're going back, on the way, we're going back to the Eldorado Festival. You know, we like to milk these things. It's long over. It's finished, the Eldorado Festival, but it was mega. People are only just sorting through their photos and videos and uploading them to the social media. And, oh, goodness me, some people pulled out all the stops when it comes to what they were wearing. I know. Jeans and a T-shirt for me. Jeans and a T-shirt. Oh, God, if you're at a festival, I do not want to make effort with, fancy schmancy outfits, but some people did. And fair play. Fair play. Anyway, we're not talking about festivals right now. We're actually talking about proms. So many wonderful pictures going on social media of people's children usually going to the prom. It's a parent thing, isn't it? Yeah, we put pictures of our kids on Facebook at the prom. It's kind of focused on the girls because the guys in general, not always, but in general, they wear a kind of tuxedo. I mean, that's the thing with these black tie events. Any black tie event, the men all dress the same. I know there are exceptions, but it's not the general rule, is it? Whereas the girls will all wear different dresses, one would hope. I've already admitted that someone else wore exact same dress to my end of school disco because we didn't have proms back in the early 90s. I was going to say 80s. I'm not quite that old. Anyway, there is another way to guarantee that you probably won't be wearing the same dress as someone else. You don't necessarily need to leave it up to the dress shop to make sure that she doesn't sell two dresses the same to the same school. You could potentially go vintage. And our Nina has been in Kidderminster at the wonderful, beautiful vintage shop. There they sell not just clothes, all sorts of bric-a-brac and knick-and-knack and things. So she's been investigating.
Well, here we are in Vintage Dolly, having a look at some of the amazing outfits that you can have here. It is coming up for prom time, but it is really expensive to go out and buy everything probably that you need for a prom. I mean, I'm talking about the clothes, I'm talking about having your hair done, your makeup, hiring the car to get you there. It's a really, really expensive thing to do. And especially with the cost of living crisis at the moment, there could be alternative ways of still making sure that you, your child, whoever, still looks amazing and has that amazing prom experience. So let's have a chat to Emma Ty, who runs Vintage Dolly here in Kidderminster. So vintage clothes for proms. Are you seeing an increase of people coming in?
A huge increase, which is great because it brings the young into the vintage side of things. But I think a lot of the young people now see the old Hollywood stars and things like that and think, they've got class, I want to be like that. And that's what helps.
I mean, this is a massive store, isn't it? So downstairs you've got... I would get lost here. So downstairs you've got lots of different furniture and that kind of thing. And then you come upstairs here and you walk into this room and it's just full of all sorts of clothes.
It is, yeah, and all their accessories and things like that. And we have a lot of people that come and they'll spend 2 to 3 hours just rummaging through all the vintage stuff here and how much they love it. It's great.
It is amazing, all this stuff here. I mean, you were saying you've just been really busy because of the 1940s weekends at Severn Valley Railway. So really, you cater for so many different so many different times and different styles of vintage clothes. Because vintage clothes isn't just one style, is it?
Oh, definitely not. I mean, it goes back over the different decades completely, and it's all different types of dresses, and every dress will fit at least one person in a different way. It's unlimited.
Now, if we have a little look here, we'll have a look at some of the women's clothes here, then we're going to go over there, and I want to go and have a look at the suits. We'll go past the hats as well and everything too. So if we just have a little look here, on this rail to the one side of me, this is all kind of, you've got creams and you've got browns and you've got yellows. Tell me about this dress that we're looking at the front.
That's one of our 1920s. It's the drop waist, it's the scattered hem on the bottom, and it's what a lot of people would use for Peaky Blinders.
And also, having a look here, what have we got here? Which would you say sort of quite, oh, that's lovely, that black lacy number.
This black lace one is an original from the 1950s, and this is what a lot of the young girls would be wearing for proms. They'd be going to the hairdressers afterwards and saying, I need a 1950s hairdo, I need the 1950s makeup, and that's what they'd be looking for.
Wow, so it's black and lace on the outside, and inside it's got that nice lining too, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's got the full net underneath as well, so it gives it that sticky out skirt bit.
There's a lot of bright coloured dresses here. So I do like a bit of a red dress girl. But yeah, you've got some really lovely bright clothes here as well. Like you've got this bright orange one at the front too. That's nice. I've fallen in love with that a bit.
It is gorgeous, and I mean it is absolutely tiny as well. And again, it's a silk. It's like a burnt orange, really.
Yeah.
Again, I would say that's probably late 70s, early 80s.
I like that late 70s. I like the swishy bit at the bottom as well. I think that's nice.
You would feel like a Cinderella wearing that.
I think that's the other thing, isn't it, about if we're talking about vintage and we're talking about proms, it's that moment for, someone to feel like Cinderella going to the ball, isn't it?
A lot of the young girls and the young gentlemen as well, they haven't had that feeling before unless they've been a bridesmaid or something like that. It's an opportunity as a grown-up for them to feel like a princess.
Now, as we walk down here, we've got all different hats as well, haven't we? Which is the hat boxes. We've got vintage shoes too. Oh, you've got vintage bags as well. So you've got sort of gold bags, silver bags, some jewellery. So really, you do the whole lot here. So someone could come here and get completely kitted out.
Oh, 100%, yes. Depending on what they're looking for. And it is our busy time now. And we have had a couple of young girls in who've done that. And also different eras that we're catered for as well.
What about young boys for suits, that kind of thing? Do you get quite a lot coming in for that?
We do, yes, because a lot of the young lads love the Peaky Blinders and they want that kind of style.
Oh, of course, yeah.
We also have a lot of young lads coming in for suits for the races with the long tail coats and the top hats and stuff like that. And then we have a lot of young lads that come in every weekend and end up buying just the lovely tweed jackets that we have, or a leather jacket or anything like that. So a lot of the suits are very popular.
Oh, very popular. So do you get the same amount, sort of, would you say, of the boys coming in to get their sort of kit for the prom from places like this? Or is it more the girls coming
It's definitely more the girls, and a lot of them are encouraged by the mums.
So would you say you're getting more people in now because of the cost of living crisis, or do you think it's also sort of a fashion thing? Is it a bit of both?
It's a bit of both, but also the independent tailors or the independent dress shops that we had as children when we were growing up has all gone. So
yes, of course.
It's trying to find those dresses, those suits and everything else. It's a very limited market.
I do like the sound of vintage Dolly in Kidderminster. And what a great idea. Great place to go and get a dress for a prom so that you can guarantee no one else will be wearing the same one.
Chance to never change.
for a breakdown.
Never gonna get it, 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 never gonna get it. Never gonna get it, 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 never get it. No, you're never gonna get it. Sweet love, never ever gonna get it. Sweet love, no, you're never gonna get it. My love, never ever gonna get it. My love, no, you're never gonna get it. Sweet love, never ever gonna get it. My love, no, you're never gonna get it. Sweet love, never ever gonna get it. My love, no, you're never gonna get it. Not this time, never ever gonna get it. Sweet love, no, you're never gonna.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
On BBC iPlayer. Being number one means you have a target on your back. The real-life stories of iconic players.
When you win so much, you end up winning even when you shouldn't because you forget how to lose.
Gods of tennis. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
Hearts on the streets and the pavements are burning. I sit around, trying to smile, but the air is so heavy and dry. Strange voices are saying, what did they say? Things I can't understand. It's too close to comfort. This heat has got right out of hand. It's a cruel, cruel, cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel, cruel summer. Now you're gone. The city is crowded, my friends are away, and I'm on my own. It's too hot to handle, so I gotta get up and go. It's a cruel, cruel, cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel, cruel summer. Now you're gone. You're not the only one. It's a cruel, cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel, cruel summer. Now you're gone. It's a cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel summer. Now you're gone. You're not the only one. It's a cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel summer. Now you're gone. You're not the only one. It's a cruel summer, leaving me here on my own. It's a cruel summer.
This Banana have got a song called Cruel Summer, haven't they? Oh, for years I thought it was Cool Summer. Yeah, proper misheard lyrics. It's a cool, cool summer. Not the same. I obviously didn't listen to the song properly, did I? when I thought it was that. Anyway, there you go. Taylor Swift's own song, Cruel Summer. So it's out tonight. Well, it's not out. It's the premiere tonight. This is the new Barbie movie. I haven't noticed a new movie getting as much hype and publicity as this one for years. I mean, so many things go straight to Netflix or similar these days, don't they? I mean, the idea of going to the cinema. The last time I went to the cinema, I was watching Downton Abbey, that movie. The latest one. I think it was the final one. Oh, it was good. Oh, it was good. They tied up all the loose ends and it was very satisfying. Very satisfying. But, you know, it's expensive, isn't it, to go to the cinema these days, depending on where you go. There's an independent cinema not that far from where I live. I live near Ross, and there's one in Colford, which is quite reasonably priced compared to the biggies, but arguably not as luxurious. But it's fine. Still, a film's a film, right? And I haven't been to the cinema for so long. I'm thinking of going to watch this new Barbie movie, and then I'm I'll just wait for it to come out on Netflix. Anyway, apparently, if you love Barbie, you'll love the movie, and if you hate Barbie, you'll love the movie. I was more of a Cindy girl. Yeah, I had Cindy. I had a Cabbage Patch doll. I know, and also a Snuggle Bum. Anybody listening know what I'm talking about? Well, here's what some of the team from BBC Hereford and Worcester played with when they were younger, toys-wise.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world, life in plastic.
I remember owning lots of what I think were called sky dancers. They were basically dolls that had different coloured hair, different clothes. Some looked like fairies, some looked like mermaids, some were kind of space-themed, woodland-themed, all that. And basically they had foam wings, and you'd pull a string. I don't know how it worked, but you'd pull a string at the base and the doll would launch into the air, spinning a bit like a propeller.
I remember my favourite toy as a kid being this massive sort of robot from Power Rangers, where you got all the little bits individually. So like you get the arms, the legs, but they were like cars. So you bought the cars out of the arms, the legs, and the body, and then they all combined into one massive robot. But then I think I lost a few of the cars, so obviously it became a bit obsolete to have a massive robot with no legs.
The ideal weekend for me was getting my mum and my dad to drive me to Toys R Us over in Albury. I'd go in and I'd pick up a wrestling action figure. And I remember one summer I managed to get them to take me there probably about 6 times. And every time I went, I'd return back with a Hulk Hogan action figure, an action figure of the Ultimate Warrior, an action figure of Bret Hart. I had one of the Macho Man Randy Savage. Then they brought me a wrestling ring. And I remember creating my own storylines and my own scenarios for these wrestlers, and I'd make up these scenes where they'd fight each other.
My favourite toys as a kid were undoubtedly my A-Team figures. I loved the A-Team, and I still do. And here's the best part. I still have those figures. They are in a box under the bed at my parents' house where I grew up. And I have BA, Hannibal, Murdoch and Face, except Face's arm is glued on because that kind of broke off sometime in the mid-80s.
Well, there you go. A few of the toys that some of us used to play with. I reckon Stu's mum and dad have sold his A-Team figures by now. Yeah, but for me it was Cindy. Yeah. Who was Cindy's bloke? I can't remember.
Stars, but without it, life is wasted.
Whitney Houston, Higher Love. We'll start off with a bit of Lizzo after the news. Stick around, please.
The sound of Herefordshire and Worcestershire.
And all the music you love, the music you love.
BBC
Hereford and Worcester.
It is BBC Hereford and Worcester. I hope you're well. It's a Wednesday night and we're talking dating in the next hour of the show. Welcoming an expert, a relationship expert onto the show, actually. This is Persia Lawson. She is in Worcestershire as we speak. She's just spent the weekend in Kidderminster at a festival that she organised herself called Peace and Love. It's very small at the moment, but it could get bigger as the years go on. So write that down. Peace and Love Festival. Kiddie. Wolverley, to be precise. Anyway, Persia is a relationship and dating expert. We're talking tonight about, her job, her area of expertise, her books, and dating apps, and some advice for those who want to go on them with regard to your photographs, okay? So pen and paper at the ready, please.
Kate Justice.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Woo, child, tired of the bullshit. Gone, dust your shoulders off. Keep it moving, yes, Lord. Trying to get some new in there, swimwear, going to the pool. Come now, come dry your eyes. You know you a star, you can touch the sky. I know that it's hard, but you have to try. If you need advice, let me simplify. If he don't love you anymore, just walk your findings out the door. I do my hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Baby, how you feeling? Woo, girl, need to kick off your shoes. Gotta take a deep breath, time to focus on you. All the big fights, long nights that you've been through. I got a bottle of tequila I've been saving for you.
Thank God. 'Cause he better know my worth. There's so much that I deserve, but I ain't worried now. I'ma let my hair down. He been trying it, but not today. So girl, if he don't love you anymore,
Then walk your findings out the door. And do your hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Shout out tonight. Talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? And we gon' be on hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Yeah. Alright. Listen.
so girl, if he don't love you anymore,
Then walk your findings out the door. And do your hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Shout out tonight. Talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? And we gon' make it right. Talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Baby, how you feeling?
feeling good as hell.
Kate Justice.
BBC.
Hereford and Worcester.
Well, your love is worse than cigarettes. Even if I had 20 in my hands. Oh, babe, your touch, it hurts more than hangovers. No, that bottle don't hold the same regret. And my mother says that you're bad for me. Guess she never felt the high we're on right now. And my father says I should run away, but he don't know that I just don't know how. Well, if it's unhealthy, then I don't give a damn. 'Cause even if it kills me, I'll always take your hand. It's unhealthy, they just don't